person than Dr. Tayo. Distinguished matriculants, I would like to recognize the presence of the Deputy Registrar in the Office of the Vice Chancellor, the Director in the Vice Chancellor's Office, Mr. Moses Sayenda. Please let's give him a round of applause. I would like to recognize the presence of the Deputy 1, Senate and Admissions, Dr. Abdul Sabah Salam. Can we please give him a round of applause? Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize the president of the chairman of the ceremonial committee, Professor. Thank you very much. On the procession, I would like to recognize the presence of the immediate past, Deputy Vice Academic and the University Orator, Professor Christian Ikeobi. I would like to recognize the presence also of the 12th Commencement lecturer, Abeokuta, an alumnus of this great citadel of learning, a PhD holder in agricultural communication from the Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Development, and currently a director of Federal Department of Agricultural Extension in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Abuja, Dr. Deola-Tayo, Lordbanjou. Distinguished matriculants, parents, guardians, well-wishers, please, the national anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our native land, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. That is for battle honored, and this we count as gain. And unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man oppressed. And so with pity, Nigeria may
FUNAAB anthem, please.
a school of
seated, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, you're all welcome to the 2024-2025 Academic Session Matriculation Ceremony of the Federal University of Agriculture, the best university of agriculture in Africa and the 7th best in the world. Today, we are going to be having 12th commencement lecture of this great citadel of learning. But before we commence that, I would like to recognize and introduce to you the 7th substantive vice chancellor of this great citadel of learning. A professor of plant breeding and genetics, Professor Olusola Babatunde Kehinde. This morning is the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Olukayode Akinyemi. Also with us this morning is the Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, Professor Kola Adebayo. We have with us this morning our brand new registrar who came in on November 1, 2024. Distinguished matriculants, parents, guardians, watchers. It is my honor to introduce to us this morning the first and foremost event, major event of the graced by the registrar, Dr. Titus Adeni. Also with us this morning is our university bursar, Mr. Ayode Oshinuga, fellow. We have on the other side of this divide this morning our university librarian, Professor Abayomi Owolabi. On this high table this morning is the Dean, College of Agricultural Management and Rural Development, and a member of the Governing Council of this great citadel of learning, Professor Emmanuel Fakoya. Also, we have our own brand new Dean in the College of Animal Science and Livestock Production, Professor Abimbola Osho. The Dean, College of Biosciences is here with us, Professor Iyabode Kehinde. Distinguished matriculants, parents, guardians, it is interesting to know that the Dean of Cobals is the wife of our Mabel Vice Chancellor. We have the Dean of Collins, ably represented here by the Deputy Dean, College of Entrepreneurial and Development Studies, Dr. Shakiru Oladele Akimbode. Professor, I beg your pardon, sir. Professor Akimbode. Thank you, sir. Also, we have with us the representative of the Dean of the College of Engineering, Professor Olajide Adetunji. He is the Deputy Dean. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, sir. We also have on the other side of this divide, the Dean, College of Environmental Resources Management, COLEM. Also a brand new one, Professor Olusegun Oguntoke. It deserves a better applause, please. Thank you. We have also on the other side of this divide, the Dean, College of Food Science and Human Ecology, Professor Adebukola Omemu. We have also with us this morning the Dean, College of Physical Sciences, and the Chairman of the Committee of Deans and Directors, Professor Adio Akinwale. The Dean of Veterinary Medicine is here with us, Professor Olushola Ajayi. The Deputy Dean of Students, Oluseyi Ojekunle. Thank you very much. In absentia, I would like to introduce to us the Dean of the College of Plant Science and Crop Production, Professor Bolarewa Senjobi. Great matriculant and the greatest matriculant. Also, with the permission of the Vice Chancellor, I would like to recognize the presence of the JAMB representative, the Registrar of the JAMB State Coordinator, Alhaji Akeem Abdulhamid. Can we please give him a round of applause? Thank you, sir. Today, we are going to be having the commencement lecture, and it's to be delivered by a foremost alumnus of this great citadel of learning, a PhD holder in agricultural communication for the Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Development, and currently a Director of Federal Department of Agricultural Extension in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Distinguished matriculant, parents, guardians, well-wishers, it is my honor to introduce to us this morning Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou. Thank you very much, sir. Dear matriculants, parents, guardians, and university community members, it is now time for me to hand over the microphone to the Registrar, Dr. Titus Adedeji Adeni, to please continue with the proceedings of this matriculation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I have a singular honor this morning to invite our own Vice Chancellor, Professor Olushola Babatunde Kehinde, to declare this matriculation ceremony open. Vice Chancellor, sir.
By the powers conferred on me by the Senate of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, I declare this matriculation ceremony open. Thank you very much.
With the permission of the Vice Chancellor, I would love to invite the University Orator to read the citation of our commencement lecturer, the University Orator, Professor C.O.N. Ikeobi.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, with your kind permission, I would like to humbly request the commencement lecturer of today, Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou, to please stand and remain standing. Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou was born in April 1965, 59 years ago, to the family of late Papa Adetola and Lordbanjou of Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, Nigeria. He had his early education at Wesley Methodist Primary School of Kwara State and Ojoku Grammar School, Ojoku, also in Kwara State. He thereafter proceeded to the School of Basic Studies at the then Ogun State College of Education, Ijebu-Ode, for his advanced level certificate studies. From there, he went to the prestigious University of Ibadan in 1984, where he bagged bachelor's honors degree in agriculture with special crop science, 88, and also a master's degree in agronomy with option in wheat science in 1992, also from the same university. He capped his academic pursuit with a PhD in agricultural communication from the Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Development of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, the best university of agriculture, not Nigeria, but also in the continent of Africa. In 1988, he had his National Youth Service Corps program year in the old Anambra State, comprising current Anambra, Enugu, and Ebonyi states, where he won the local government and state awards, and ultimately won the President's NYSC National Honors Award as the most outstanding corps member of the year 88/89 service. With this President's Honors Award, he was offered automatic employment into the Federal Civil Service as an agricultural officer. In the last 34 years plus of his service to Nigeria, he has held several management positions, among which are former National Coordinator of Plantain and Banana Development Program and former Program Manager of the Root and Tuber Expansion Program and Director of Horticulture in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. He is currently the Director, Federal Department of Agriculture Extension in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Abuja. The main job is coordinating the policy thrust of extension service in Nigeria through public and private extension service providers in Nigeria. Dr. Lordbanjou is an honorary doctorate degree holder of the Institute of Chartered Entrepreneurship Consultants of Nigeria. He also holds a doctorate degree honoris causa in leadership and development and is a distinguished fellow of the Institute of Leadership, Manpower and Management Development. He is also a fellow of the Institute of Professional Managers and Administrators of Nigeria and a fellow Institute of Corporate Administrators of Nigeria. He is also a fellow of Institute of Management Consultants in Nigeria and a fellow of the Institute of Agribusiness Management of Nigeria. Dr. Lordbanjou is also a member of the following agricultural-related professional associations: Agricultural Society of Nigeria, Agricultural Extension Society of Nigeria, Horticultural Society of Nigeria, and Agriculturists for All Nations International Society. He has written over 15 books on agricultural business enterprises development, covering 15 value chains. Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou is also a member of the Governing Council of Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike, Nigeria. He is happily married to Mrs. Taiwo Lordbanjou, and their marriage is blessed with children. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
At this juncture, we want to invite our commencement lecturer for today to present his lecture. Put your hands together for Dr. Deola-Tayo.
Good morning, my own and our own Vice Chancellor, the most respectable Vice Chancellor. As we know, in my own ministry, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, why is he the most important? The most important in terms of accomplishments and achievements in this great university. Good morning, sir. Let me also recognize the management and the Senate of these great universities, of course, including my deans and HODs and the lecturers seated here this morning. It is my singular honor and a memory that I will never forget to be invited to deliver this commencement lecture this morning. I appreciate it profoundly, and I'm not taking it for granted. One out of the numerous graduates of this great university, one out of the numerous professionals in this country, be given this honor to give this commencement lecture. And let me start by telling you, students, that my own son is also part of it today. He did not choose to read medicine. He did not choose to read engineering. He did not choose to be a lawyer. He said, "Daddy, I want to follow your footsteps by reading agriculture." That tells you the importance of agriculture. And that tells you the passion I also have for agriculture. By the time we finish this lecture in about 20 minutes, you will appreciate the fact that there is no better profession than agriculture. And let me congratulate you from the onset for being a student of this great university and a group of people that will shape the destiny of these countries in the next future. Good morning, distinguished members of this great university, our esteemed guests, and most importantly, our new students. It is an honor to welcome each of you to the Federal University of Agriculture. Let me start by congratulating you on your hard work and resilience in reaching this great point of being admitted to the best university of agriculture in Nigeria. You have been admitted into a university with a strong legacy in agriculture, a field foundational to humanity and vital to Nigerian progress. My very short lecture today will focus on agriculture that holds the promise to address pressing global challenges like climate change, food insecurity, and poverty. In Nigeria, with our rich resources and youthful population, agriculture stands as a powerful engine for sustainable development, food security, and economic prosperity. Throughout this lecture, we will explore agriculture as more than an economic activity. It is a pathway to sustainability, poverty alleviation, and a field where youth can lead a transformative change. I encourage you to envision yourselves not just as students, but as future leaders, innovators, visionaries capable of propelling Nigeria's agricultural sector towards a brighter future. Welcome once again, and congratulations on embarking on this important and impactful path in agriculture. The journey ahead may be a little bit challenging, but importantly rewarding. And I am confident that you will prepare for the task ahead. Don't let me deceive you. We have some little challenges, surmountable challenges in agriculture in Nigeria. By the time you spend 2 years as a student, you understand what I mean. One is the slow adoption of agricultural technology. We have several innovations that have been made by our research institutes, including the universities, but they are not getting to the farmers through weak extension system or poor adoption of the technologies by farmers. But let me tell you, we are now in an era of digital agriculture. The department that I head in the ministry, we are already championing what we call digital extension service delivery to our farmers in Nigeria. We are going digital, and in the next 3 months, the ministry will launch what we call National Electronic Extension Platform, where research findings, technologies to our farmers can be easily accessed. Youth employment and limited entrepreneurship support. Most of you are afraid, how can I go and be a farmer? But I tell you, there's no better profession that you can get engaged in farming, except farming. The government is trying to, my ministry is trying to encourage youth participation in farming through trainings and input support service. I also get to this towards the end of my lecture. Inadequate infrastructure, maybe roads, road networks to farming community, very poor. And market access challenge is also there. We produce what people don't need, but now our campaign is produce for market. Produce what people need to buy, thereby linking your farm with market. Policy and implementation issues. Our ministry is trying to redefine extension policy, for example, apart from the National Agricultural Extension Policy that is clearly defined. One of the policies of the extension that we have reviewed is digital extension policy. And of course, encouraging our youth to be involved in agriculture. Climate change impact is also a challenge. You may not know that the weather condition in the country has changed. We can no longer predict when rains will fall. And therefore, we can no longer predict when farmers should go to plant. But we're taking it up as a challenge to give our farmers correct predictions henceforth on when they should plant and when they should harvest. One of the basic challenges also is the use of poor seeds, deliberately or undeliberately by farmers. So we are encouraging people or farmers to use what they call climate smart seed. If you ask our professors here, for example, they will tell you 4 years ago, 10 years ago, you may not harvest your rice if you plant until about 4 months plus. But we now have rice and maize that you can plant and harvest under 60 days. So the game is not changing, and it's simpler for all of you. The link between agriculture and sustainable development. Agriculture is essential to sustainable development, directly influencing food security, poverty alleviation, and climate resilience. Globally, agriculture is recognized as a pivotal sector for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly SDG 2, Zero Hunger. One of the basic aim of the government is to have zero hunger in Nigeria. Simply put, nobody should go to bed without eating in Nigeria. SDG 1 is no poverty, complete poverty eradication. And SDG 13, climate action. What can we do to mitigate the effect of climate on our food production? By aligning agricultural policies with these SDGs and fostering youth engagement, Nigeria can harness agriculture as a key driver of progress. SDG 2, Zero Hunger. SDG 2, Sustainable Development Goals, aims to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture, making advancement in agriculture vital, particularly in Nigeria, where food insecurity is exacerbated by rapid population growth and climate vulnerabilities. And that's why in our ministry, we have some specific departments that are charged with the responsibility towards achieving end to hunger, improving food security and nutrition. We have Department of Agricultural Extension, we have Department of Nutrition and Food Safety, and we have Department of Agricultural Land and Climate Change. Agriculture is linked to SDG 2 through food production and availability, nutritional security, improved income for farmers. Under SDG 1, which stipulates that there should be an end to poverty, it aims to end poverty in all forms everywhere and can be directly advanced through agriculture. One basic way to end poverty is through agriculture. In Nigeria, where approximately 36% of the workforce engages in farming, agriculture serves as a proven route out of poverty. This goal can be achieved through agriculture as it generates incomes for the 36% of Nigerian population. It creates jobs directly and indirectly and empowers vulnerable groups, women and youth. Let me quickly add here that there is no reason for us to cry about hunger in this country. If you ask my prof and other, they will tell you in those days, when we were younger, our parents carry out what we call urban agriculture. We either grow vegetables and keep small livestock at our backyard and in front of the house. If you want tomato or vegetable, you don't need to go far. Just go to your backyard and front of the house and cut vegetable, even tomato, even chicken, even goat. Hardly can you see any house today where that exists. We seem to rely on another region of the country to provide food for us, and that is an anomaly. Everybody should, beyond the students here, should trial and embrace what we call urban farming, even at professoral level. Plant what you will eat. It is only when you don't have enough that you can go to the market to go and buy. Let me shock you, students. We not grow yam and cassava in bags in the house. You don't need to go to the field to produce what you will eat. You can produce them right in the confine of your house. SDG 13, climate action. Sustainable Development Goals emphasize urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. Although agriculture is vulnerable to climate change, we are witnessing it now. It also has the potential to contribute to climate mitigation through sustainable practices. This can be achieved through climate-smart agriculture, carbon sequestration, and reducing deforestation. When we study carefully the weather and climatic condition in the country, you can plan your planting season. I learned some people in Maiduguri, sir, they now plant before the commencement of yearly flood. They will plant climate-smart seed. They will do the harvest before any flood comes. Environmental benefits of sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture brings significant environment benefits, promoting practices that increase productivity and conserving resources and supporting ecosystem. The sustainable practices include what you will learn later as a student: crop rotation, agroforestry, water conservation, and technological advancement, which include precision farming, smart irrigation system. Understanding food security. Food security is broadly defined as the state in which all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietaries and preference for an active and healthy life. Current food security issues in Nigeria. Nigeria faces complex and interwoven challenges that threaten its food security, impacting the availability, access, and stability of food resources for its growing population. What are the causes of food security challenges in Nigeria? One, rapid population growth. Our population is growing faster than the population of growth of agriculture in Nigeria. Urbanization. People no longer want to live in the village. They want to go to the city where there are no jobs. Anyway, climate change, the weather condition is changing. Just until about 3 weeks ago, we were having heavy rains in Abuja. The July, August heavy rain is no longer there. This year it was September, October heavy rain. So the climate is changing very fast, and farmers are not yet attuned with the climate change. Infrastructural deficit, economic stability. The dollar to naira ratio is very high. The cost of procuring inputs is extremely high. But let me add here that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture is very clear and supportive of this. Between last year and this year, the government has spent billions of naira in procuring inputs, agricultural inputs, and giving them to farmers almost free. Opportunities in the agricultural sector. This is why I want the students to listen very well. Nigerian agricultural sector holds vast potential for bolstering food security, economic growth, and poverty reduction. Strategic investment in different subsectors can reduce dependence on food imports, improve rural livelihoods, and generate employment. The different subsectors include aquaculture, simply defined as fish farming, livestock production, crop production, agricultural processing, horticulture, agrotourism, and organic farming and renewable energy. Students, let me let you know that the government spent billions of dollars to import foods from other countries into Nigeria. Foods that we can conveniently produce here and thereby making money. Now the challenge is yours. There's a window for you to become millionaires tomorrow by engaging in agricultural production and reducing Nigerian gaps from importing these food products. Agriculture as a tool for poverty reduction. Agriculture is a key driver for poverty reduction in Nigeria as it provides employment and income for about 70% of our population. Investment in agriculture boosts productivity, raises farmers' incomes, and enhances food security, thereby decreasing reliance on imports. By adding value through processing and distribution, agriculture creates jobs, especially for youth, and promotes rural development. Let me also add here that there are 3 basic value chains where you can intervene. You can be a producer, for example, a producer of fish or a producer of rice. You may stop at that level. Somebody will pick it up and say, I want to be a processor. He will turn the fish you have produced into a dry fish, or the paddy rice you have produced into grains. And somebody will say, I don't want to produce, I don't want to process, I want to market. He will just come to the processor, buy the rice, buy the fish, and go and market. Agriculture is not only about production, it's also about processing, it's also about marketing. Economic potential of agriculture. Agriculture remains the cornerstone of Nigeria's economy, significantly contributing to the gross domestic product and providing livelihood for millions of farmers. According to CBN, agriculture accounts for approximately 24% of Nigerian GDP, employing 36% of the workforce, positioning it as one of the nation's most critical sectors. Majority of Nigerian rural population relies on agriculture for survival, yet they face poverty, limited service, and high unemployment. We are aware of that, and the government is trying to to see how it can intervene. Opportunities in agricultural value chain for youth. The agricultural value chain offers numerous entry points for youth from production to processing, I've just said it, storage and marketing. By participating in these areas, young Nigerians can reduce unemployment, generate income, and drive growth in the agricultural sector. Thank you so much for the encouragement. Youth participation in agriculture remains low, despite its potential to drive economic growth, food security, and job creation. A major challenge, I had this challenge when I entered the university then, is the perception that agriculture is labor-intensive, outdated, and unattractive field. This view has led many young Nigerians to seek career in urban sectors like banking, telecommunication, and technology, avoiding agriculture together. I've just discussed with my Vice Chancellor yesterday. Was it yesterday, sir, in Abuja, sir? As far as I remain the Director of Extension in the Federal Ministry, we will give a good support to my own university here to let our students know that agriculture is not synonymous with the use of hoes and cutlass. In the next 6 months, we will see a redefined meaning of agriculture in Nigeria by giving tremendous support to this university. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I have promised you and we will do just that. Whatever we can do to support the youth and encouragement to see agriculture as a profession that is noble, we will surely do it. Reason for low youth involvement in agriculture: society perception and stigma. In Nigerian communities, agriculture is often seen as a last resort, associated with low status, hard labor, and poverty. This stigma is exacerbated by the country's historical reliance on oil and gas sector and has led to a level of disinterest in agricultural careers. The influence of education and career aspiration. Secondary and tertiary institutions focus more on business, engineering, and medical sciences, leaving agricultural sciences underemphasized. As a result, many youths are unaware of the modern innovations in agriculture, such as precision farming, which offer lucrative career opportunities. Limited access to resources and support systems. Youth involvement in agriculture is also restricted by limited access to essential resources like land, capital, and modern technologies. Why youth engagement in agriculture is critical. Engaging youth in agriculture is crucial for growth and modernization of Nigeria's agricultural sector. With challenges like population growth, climate change, and a shifting global market for agricultural products, youth involvement is essential to unlocking the sector's potential for economic transformation. Key areas where youth can make an impact: agricultural technology and digital agriculture. Most of the people driving digital agriculture in Nigeria are below the age of 35, and that's the truth. Nigerian agricultural sector is undergoing a digital transformation, with agri-technology playing a key role in enhancing productivity, market access, and sustainability. The rise of mobile applications, drones, and data analytics is empowering young Nigerians to optimize farming practices, manage risks, and improve food security while creating economic opportunities in agriculture. Agricultural entrepreneurship. I'm aware and I know that there's a unit in this university that's entrepreneurship department. Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Agricultural entrepreneurship provides young Nigerians with opportunity to move beyond traditional farming, exploring high-value areas such as food processing, packaging and distribution, and finance. These ventures not only meet rising consumer demands, but also contribute to economic growth and food security. Let me jump 1 or 2 or 3 slides. How profitable is agriculture as a business? Let me just give you 2 sentences. Do you know, I'm asking a question for most of you who don't know. Do you know that past head of states of Nigeria, specifically Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and General Abdulsalami, are farmers, earning a living in agriculture? If agriculture is not profitable, you will not see Obasanjo in it. If agriculture is not profitable, you will not see a former head of state, General Abdulsalami, earning a living in agriculture. Let me also shock you that the Dangote that is reputed to be the richest man in Africa started his business as an agricultural commodity fellow. He was selling agricultural commodity, rice, beans, sugar, and coal. That is where he made his money. And even as we speak, Dangote is still a farmer. He became a billionaire as we speak today by first engaging in agricultural production, processing, and marketing level. Let me also tell you, to give you testimonies of successful men who were like you in those days. Do you know that the president of the African Development Bank is an agriculturist? He read agricultural economics at the then University of Ife. I also have a colleague, a senior brother, who works at the World Bank. Until about 2 years ago, he was the country director of World Bank in Liberia, and currently the country director of the World Bank in Sierra Leone. We are together in the ministry. And let me shock you the salary of the country director, $30,000. Agrico, he didn't read banking and finance. He didn't read computer science. He read agriculture like you. And he has risen to the pinnacle of his career. Let me also shock you. This man was my classmate in UI. He read agriculture and is the deputy managing director of Providus Bank. Let me also let you know, I have a senior. He had first class in 1986, the only first class in Agri. I'm not sure Prof knows him, Dr. Demola Shogunle. Yes. He is the current group managing director of Stanbic IBTC Bank. He didn't read banking and finance. He read agriculture to the PhD level. I can go on and on and on and on. Even in my ministry, you have many permanent secretaries, about 4 or 5 now, who read agriculture. And let me ask the students here, who want to be a millionaire? Let me see hands up. Aha. And let me now tell you, do you know it is easy to become a millionaire through agriculture? God bless you. Let me tell you empirically, by the time you get to level 300 or 400, you can prove what I'm saying. 1 hectare of wheat, 1 hectare is just 2.5 acres. 1 hectare of wheat can give you a net return of 3 million. 1 hectare. That's about 15 plots. 1 hectare of rice farming can also give you over 3 million net profit. You can get over 2 million from cultivation of cassava, depending on season. And you can also get over 5 million plus from an hectare of yam. How do I know? When you have an hectare of yam, you said you plant about 10,000 heaps, isn't it? Just last week, sir, one of my officers, he said, Oga, I want to sell to you 500 heaps. How many 500 heaps are we getting from 10,000 heaps in 1 hectare? And they said they have reached an advanced stage. The harvesting period is next week, sir. And I said, okay, go and see my colleague. And I said, give him 1 million. He sold it for us for 1 million. And I said, if we harvest and we can't get 1 million of that, we are in trouble. But what am I saying? That tells you how profitable agriculture is. 500 heaps out of 10,000 heaps. And the man has sold it to us for 1 million. So you can really be a millionaire if you really get focused. How students can prepare to contribute to agriculture. Academic and practical skills. Let's encourage our students to prioritize academic and practical skills in agriculture. Don't only be a brilliant student in the class, be a brilliant student on the field. Let us expose them to modern agricultural practices and agricultural business skill. Participation in internship and practical training. For students entering the student, have in mind what you want to be after you must have graduated. Developing an innovation and entrepreneurship mindset is critical for students who will aspire to drive change within the Nigerian agricultural sector. The mindset enables young agripreneurs to identify opportunities, develop new products of service, and ultimately contribute to transforming Nigerian agricultural landscape. How to be successful. Let me inform you, success is not plucked from the trees and it's not by inheritance. Children of rich men yesterday have been reported to be poor today. And children of the poor yesterday are now rich men and women today. Success is earned through hard work, diligence, focus, determination, and exceptional ability to deploy knowledge to solve identified problems. Let me give a particular story about me. Permit me, sir. Somebody told me this story just last week. Story I told him in 1991. My dad retired in 1977 as a worker in Nigerian Railway Corporation. And I think I was just in Form 2 of those days. That tells you how terrible it may have been. And I remember in the University of Ibadan, I was a student union leader, and I had just one trouser. They told me, I had just one trouser, and I was wearing rubber sandal. After 3 days, I washed the jeans. I will use my towel to squeeze water out of it and iron and wear the following day. I didn't have money to buy 13 notebooks. I would just have one file. I would tear papers and write notes and just lump them together. If that file is missing, all the courses I was doing that time, I will not be able to read. So I was not born with a silver spoon, but with sharp focus on determination and with the grace of God. I went to the youth service. I was troublesome at the youth service. I have not started the one to extend my service here. Yes. But I kept working the way I should work. And when it was time for nomination, they said, no, you can't nominate this guy. He's a radical. He will cause problem for us. But one man stood out. He said, NYC award is meant for the most hardworking individual. It's not for sale. And that was why I won the local government award. I won the state. And out of the 1,003 core members, I won the President NYC National Honors Award. Till my father died about 18 years ago, he never had the opportunity of watching the TV, and he never used water closet in the village, except when he comes to town to visit me. If most of us can rise from that poor level, what about you? The children of the rich of those days who are looking down on us are now looking up onto us. What am I saying? Don't write yourself off. Are you getting me? You can be a millionaire tomorrow. In conclusion, as the next generation of Nigerian leaders, innovators, and agripreneurs, you have an opportunity and a responsibility to harness agricultural full potential. By embracing this field, you are not only securing your future, but contributing to the prosperity, resilience, and sustainability of our entire nation. Agriculture in Nigeria is more than a livelihood. It is a legacy that can shape the world for the better. Let us move forward with vision, dedication, and a commitment to building a brighter, sustainable, and food secure Nigeria. As we close this lecture, I encourage each of you to recognize the incredible power you hold as the next generation of leaders in agriculture. Nigerian future in sustainable development, food security, and poverty alleviation relies on the ingenuity, energy, and dedication of young people like you. Your potential to lead positive change in agriculture through technology, research, entrepreneurship, Thank you. Your potential to lead positive change in agriculture through technology, research, entrepreneurship, and sustainable practices is unprecedented. Agriculture today is more dynamic and vital than ever. And it needs your ideas, passion, and commitment. From improving productivity with precision technology to enhancing food system through innovation, young people have the power to make a difference in real, impactful ways. The world is facing complex challenges from climate change to food security, and it is your creativity, resilience, and forward-thinking approach that will drive meaningful solutions. Let me also add there very quickly, nations don't feed people, but rather people feed the nation. You are the next generation of people to feed Nigeria. Don't wait for the nation to employ you. Think outside the box and begin to look for a way to be an employer of labor and help contribute to improve the food security of Nigeria. You can start now by coming up with, I will call, Agricultural Students Cooperative Society. The time is now. You can be a millionaire even before you graduate as a student from this great university. I urge you to embrace your studies with curiosity and diligence, engage in practical experiences, and take advantage of every opportunity to innovate. Let me quickly add here. There was a friend of mine. I think he graduated with my Vice Chancellor in 1986. It's his friend, Dr. Adebinkpe Onifade, Professor North Clear. Himself and one other fellow from computer were the only first class in UI there. And I asked him, I said, Doctor, what is the secret? He said, Lordbanjou, people see me playing, but I read for 8 hours every day. 8 hours every day. The current MD of Stanbic ICT Bank were in the same hall. I never imagined he was a brilliant student. I asked him later, I said, Doctor, what is the secret of your first class? Because he was even a member of the football team of the University of Ibadan. He said, the secret is focus and reading. All of you are brilliant. The only difference is your attitude to your lecture and reading. I remember a time, I don't know whether Professor Bameka is here. When I was in my PhD, we were asked to do, you do some courses. I did a course in agricultural communication. DVC will know it. And at the end of the day, They said I scored 76, and I led the class. At an old age, and Prof was telling the younger generation, see yourself, an old man is scoring 76, you are scoring 50 something. It's because I was determined once and for all to show a little brilliance. So I never mind the distractions, I just remain focused. You can also do better than that. The journey won't always be easy, but with your dedication, you have the potential to shape Nigeria's agricultural sector and create a legacy that will sustain generations to come. In final closing, know that you have the support of the university, mentors, and peers to achieve greatness. Step forward with confidence. Bring out your best ideas. And know that your role in agriculture is essential, not only for your personal success, but the prosperity and resilience of the nation. You are the future of Nigerian agriculture, and together we can build a more sustainable, food, secure, and prosperous Nigeria. God bless and thank you. But let me, I'm saying this in my personal capacity, and not as an official of the university. Sorry, of my ministry. Mr. Vice Chancellor, if you permit me, I will be giving, and my family, prizes to some categories of prizes every year. Maybe the best student in the 100 level, the best student in the 200 level, that's number 2. The best student in 300 level, number 3. The best student in 400 level, number 4. The best student in each year in 500 level. The best student in Column Road, isn't it? That's number 6. The best student in final year student in Agric Extension. And finally, no, 2, the best student in crop production, because my background was crop production. And finally, the best student, the best graduating student in the university. We'll discuss with Mr. Vice Chancellors on this, and it will be consistently done over the years. It will be consistently done while we are still alive. That will be part of my own contribution to FUNAAB, the greatest universities of agriculture in Nigeria. And also, myself and my Vice Chancellor, we are in a good talking time. Whatever support we can give to strengthen, enhance, and support making agriculture a thing, something so easy for our students, we will surely do that. Thank you and God bless you.
I think our guest Thank you very much, our guest lecturer, Dr. Lordbanjou, for such an insightful, engaging lecture. I think he deserves a better applause, please. I believe you can still do better. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. Once again, thank you very much, Doctor. We enjoyed the lecture. With the permission of the Vice Chancellor, I'm inviting the deans of various colleges to present matriculating students in their respective colleges in the following order. So number 1, Dean, College of Agricultural Management and Rural Development, Colorado. Dean, please.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students in the College of Agricultural Management and Rural Development stand and remain standing?
I thought you are not standing. We'll have cancelled your college matriculation. Yes, I will take the permission of the Vice Chancellor. We do that. Dean, College of Animal Science and Livestock Production, Kolani. The Dean, please. Okay. Please come.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculation students in the College of Animal Science and Livestock Production stand and remain standing?
I call on the Dean, College of Bioscience, Kolabos. Professor Mrs. Kennedy, I got it done.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students in the College of Biosciences stand and remain standing?
I call on the Dean, College of Entrepreneurial and Development Studies, Collins.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students in the College of Entrepreneurial and Development Studies stand and remain standing?
I call on the Dean, College of Engineering.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students of College of Engineering stand and remain standing?
I call on the Dean, College of Environmental Resource Management, Kole.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students from the College of Environmental Resources Management stand and remain standing?
I call on the Dean, College of Food Science and Human Ecology.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students of the College of Food Science and Human Ecology stand and remain standing?
Next is the Dean, College of Physical Sciences. The Dean, please.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students in the College of Physical Sciences stand and remain standing?
I call on the Dean, College of Plant Science and Crop Production, Copland.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students in the College of Plant Science and Crop Production stand and remain standing?
Last but not the least, I call on the Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, will the matriculating students in the College of Veterinary Medicine stand and remain standing? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Vice Chancellor, sir, I present the matriculating students in the colleges of Agricultural Management and Rural Development, Animal Science and Livestock Production, Biosciences, Engineering, Entrepreneurial and Development Studies, Environmental and Resource Management, Food Science and Human Ecology, Physical Sciences, Plant Science and Crop Production, and Veterinary Medicine. With the permission of the Vice Chancellor, we want to administer the oath, and which we call the Pledge of Obedience. So please, as I read, you will say after me. And I want you to just lift up your right hand. As you read, you say after me. And please know that this pledge, you are required to make this pledge of obedience for the purpose of matriculation to the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. Please, as I've said, say after me as I take the lead. Pledge of obedience. So please say after me. On admission to the membership of Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, I solemnly and sincerely promise and declare that I will pay due respect and obedience to the Vice Chancellor and other officers of the university, and that I will faithfully observe the regulations which may from time to time be issued to me. Be issued by them to the good order and governance of the university, including an order that I should make restitution for damage done by students to public property. I faithfully promise to refrain from any act of violence and others calculated damage done by students to the public property. I faithfully promise to refrain from any act of violence and other action calculated to destroy the work of the university or likely to bring the university to disrepute. In addition, I accept that should I be found wanting in character, the university reserves the right to withhold the award of a degree to me. So help me God. So you take a bow before the Vice Chancellor. So Mr. Vice Chancellor, please don't, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you the matriculating students. And now you find the Vice, please take your bow and sit down. Take a bow before the Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I humbly invite you to present the matriculation address.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The principal officers of the university, that's the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, the Registrar of the University, the Bursar of the University, and the University Librarian, other deans seated here, the deans of the various colleges, deans of postgraduate school and student affairs, the Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, ably represented here by the State Coordinator, Alhaji Abdulhamid Hakim. You are welcome, sir. Now that you have been matriculated, great FUNAABites! Great FUNAABites! Greatest FUNAABites! Of the greatest and the greatest of the greatest FUNAABites! Congratulations. For the parents, the guardians, and well-wishers here seated, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, before I go on to my address, permit me to quickly do this. We have had an insightful and wonderful commencement lecture. Is that not so? And I want to believe that our students have taken one thing or the other. But on behalf of the entire community of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, I have the honor to invite the commencement lecturer, Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou, to please step forward. Greatest alumnus, it's been nice listening to you, giving our students our commencement lecture. We really appreciate you. You have been an asset to this university. And on behalf of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, I present this award of honor to Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou as the 12th commencement lecturer of the university, dated this day, Wednesday, 20th November 2024. Congratulations. Kulu temper. Please, on special request, I want the daughters of Dr. Deola-Tayo Lordbanjou who are here present to please come forward to share in this photograph. Please let them come forward. His daughters are here. Please come forward quickly so that you'll be part of this photograph. Thank you. The greatest FUNAABite among them, that son. Please, you just stay. You are our own. You are still our own. Are they in the hall? Okay. And you see, there is one thing I also want to, while they come around, there's one thing I want to say. He was telling me, Dr. Lordbanjou came to campus yesterday, and he went to see his son in one of the hostels, the NEET hostels. So he got there, and you know, as is typical of Nigeria, there was no light around that axis. So he just told me now that, VC, I was around that corridor. It was somehow dark. Please, sir, if you permit me, I will give 15 street lights, solar street lights, that will be in that place. So I want to thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. And he said we should come and pick that by next week, that it will be installed with the pole, with the light, and everything. Thank you so very much. He has been a benefactor to the university, and we really appreciate this. Thank you. So please join Daddy in taking this photograph. Okay. You are welcome. Okay, you want us to go there? Let's get to it. Okay. You know, I asked a question now. You could see this thing flying around. It belongs to the public relations. This is your first time out, Abi. Please pray for them that this thing doesn't fall. Yeah, they are stepping up. Is that not so? It belongs to the public relations unit. It won't fall. Don't worry. No matter what the enemies do, it will not fall. So, I now go to my speech. With deep joy and happiness, I welcome all our new students once again to the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, the best university of agriculture in Africa, and the 7th best all over the world. This ceremony is an event of serious oath-taking to confirm you as bona fide students of FUNAAB. Please take note of that again. It's an event of serious oath-taking to confirm you as bona fide students of our university, FUNAAB. As FUNAABites, one of your primary responsibilities is to acquaint yourself with the university's rules and regulations, and you are required to strictly comply with them. Do not cross the lawns, do not paste posters indiscriminately, and make use of the walkways are all part of the regulations. You can also visit our website for more information. As you have listened to the 12th commencement lecture delivered by a distinguished alumnus and director of the Federal Department of Agricultural Extension Services, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Abuja, the lecture titled Agriculture and a Pathway to Sustainable Development, Food Security, and Poverty Alleviation in Nigeria, Empowering Youth for a Brighter Future. Let me also add that please, all that he has said, they don't apply only to agricultural students. If you are in engineering, if you are in vet medicine, if you are in the sciences, please, you can make use of this. There are so many successful farmers, agricultural entrepreneurs who didn't read agriculture, but they had passion, they showed interest. And so please, for those in other colleges, other disciplines, please take note of all that has been said and make sure that you excel in any area that you choose. There is an age-long maxim in law which says there is no ignorance in law. As stated earlier, we have distributed the university rules and regulations to all of you so that you can keep abreast of the rules and regulations. If you are not very clear on any section, you can seek clarifications from the Students' Affairs Division. You can also seek assistance and guidance from your heads of departments or other appropriate units within the university and on any issue that is not clear to you. Let me restate this. The university has zero tolerance for antisocial behaviors and indecent dressing. Sanctions such as expulsion, rustication, and suspension can be meted out to any defaulting student. It is compulsory that students meet the 70% requirement for class attendance to qualify for examination, while a student who does not register for a session earns the withdrawal from the university status. Please, we want you to make a success of your study here, and you need to acquaint yourselves with the rules and regulations. You must attend classes at least 70% for you to qualify to sit for examination. And one thing is this, as you have come, this is not just a university where all that we do is only about books. No, we develop the total man. So please, I'm enjoining you. Don't just pass through this university. Let this university pass through you. What do we mean? There is more to life than just academics. Get engaged in things that will develop you. There are different areas of life that you need to focus on. Please don't neglect these areas. On a lighter note, Dr. Lordbanjou said something about one Dr. Onifade in UI. He was my classmate in UI. We were in the same class. We were taught by the now late pioneer vice chancellor of this university, Professor Eno Adedipe. And do you know what? This guy, Dr. Onifade, Abraham Onifade, when we were in school, in terms of then in 1980s, 83, 84, 85, 86, those were the times of breakdancing. Dr. Onifade was the best breakdancer in UI. He won the prize in breakdancing. Whenever he was in class, he would always sit at the back. And when the lecturer was talking, he just went, not clear, not clear. So we named him Not Clear. But by the end of the studies, he had a first class. And we were now asking, Shoti, clear and sing. So please, engage yourself in things that will develop your mind, your capacities, and everything about the total man. Relationship. You are to note that the student union is available on campus. And once again, let me introduce our indefatigable president of the students union, Comrade Bello. Please stand up for recognition. That's Comrade Bello and his executive. Please stand up. That's Comrade Bello. Thank you very much. So, they are now in the fold. Huh? Congratulations. Well, okay, yes. Did you hear that? No. Ours is a unionism devoid of thuggery and hooliganism, but with decorum and constructive dialogue. Failure of dialogue means there is still room for more dialogue. To us, dialogue is far better than confrontation. And in this university, that's what we espouse. That's what our students' union leadership over the years they have been doing. And this has earned them the award of being the best behaved students' union all over the state. And indeed, I dare say, all over Nigeria. The university will therefore not tolerate any form of destructive acts by students in the name of unionism. The Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, is a breeding ground for future leaders, nationally and globally. I foresee future governors among you. Future presidents are seated here. Future United Nations Secretary General, World Trade Organizations, Director General, they are all here. You are therefore enjoined to conduct yourself in manners that portray you as future leaders and academic giants of the university. I'm sure you are aware and you are pleased with the good name and reputation of this university before you made it your first choice. Do nothing to bring that reputation into disrepute. The university shall always recognize the rights of students. And please, we want you to know this. We will always recognize your rights. We will not trample on your rights. And we shall always protect your rights. You should therefore feel free to bring to our attention any form of harassment. Your complaints can come through the Students' Affairs Division. Please, there's a unit like that. Make sure you are conversant with what they do and you relate very well with them. Quickly, let me give us some admission statistics of our matriculating students this year. The statistics below shows that our fresh students are among the best that were admitted. Actually, a total number of close to 12,000 applied to this university. And out of these 12,000, those that qualified, that had the requirements, they were almost 10,000. But out of them, a total number of 5,080 were offered admission in strict compliance with the university quota as provided by the National Universities Commission. For the colleges, quickly, let me run through. For the College of Agricultural Management and Rural Development, we had 453. For the College of Animal Science and Livestock Production, we have 704. For the College of Biosciences, we have 450. For the College of Engineering, we have 449. For the College of Environmental Resources Management, 610. For the College of Food Science and Human Ecology, 480. For the College of Physical Sciences, 1,002. I will quickly explain that. We had 3 new departments added to that college. So making the college now of about 8 or 9 departments now in the college. So that's why we had new programs in that college. For the College of Plant Science and Crop Production, the college where the Vice Chancellor comes from, We have 627. For the College of Veterinary Science, a college that the Vice Chancellor has adopted, we have 66. A round of applause, 66. And for the College of Entrepreneurial and Development Studies, we have 239. 239. Distinguished matriculants, fresh students who are fully registered and also returning students are expected always to have their ID cards on them, especially while on campus. This is to ensure proper recognition and to avoid embarrassment from the environmental officers of the university. Those environmental officers are also known as security officers. Concerning the dress code, you should dress decently and appropriately at all times, as you are to be addressed the way you dress. There is high probability that an improperly dressed person is usually disrespected. So dress properly and decently always. While we respect traditional and moral culture in this university, this should not be taken for granted to dress inappropriately, which is at variance with the university's dress code. Any pattern of dressing that will make proper identification difficult will not be allowed on campus. And of course, you should also note an old adage which says, health is wealth. Be very humble to seek help when in need and go to the University Health Center immediately when you notice any sign of sickness. We have in place a well-equipped health center with a recently commissioned X-ray center which has professionally qualified medical officers who are always ready to respond to your medical needs. And something just came to my mind now. If you are concerning the dress code, if you are an adherent of Bobrisky, this is not the right place for you. Please take note of that. So please always avail yourself the facilities we have at the health center. And if you're a student of this university, please, if you have any special need, please come forth and let those in the health center, let them know. There are health challenges that we need to take special care of. And please, we are asking you, don't be shy, don't be cornered or bullied into not showing up. We want to take care of you. We have facilities that will take care of some special health challenges. Please see them at the health center. In closing, the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, is committed to its vision and mission of producing graduates adequately equipped to handle contemporary challenges through cutting-edge research for development in agriculture and the sciences that is driven by information and communications technology. We are resolute in flying our core values of academic excellence tied with integrity, accountability, high moral standards, as well as ethical behavior and fairness in our relationship with staff and students. Our goal is to be a world-class university, building men and women who will be great achievers in their chosen fields of interest and academic pursuits. To achieve these goals, our fresh students must strive at all times to uphold excellence, and they must avail themselves of the various programs, events, activities provided by the university from time to time. The university expects all students to display high level of discipline in their interactions with both fellow students, staff, and staff members of the university. Once again, on behalf of the Senate, staff, and students of the entire FUNAAB community, I welcome you all to this great citadel of learning, and I wish you a successful stay in the university. God bless FUNAAB. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Let's celebrate our Vice Chancellor once again, please. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. Put your hands together. Let's celebrate our Vice Chancellor for such a wonderful address. We are gradually coming to the end of the matriculation ceremony. But please, the matriculants, we have done the ceremony. But you have to fill the matriculation oath, without which you are not a bona fide student of this institution. So please, within the next 48 hours, you have to fill that form online and submit. Please, I want you to note this. I invite the Vice Chancellor to declare this matriculation ceremony open. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Closed, sorry, closed. Or you want us to stay here till tomorrow? Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Entertainment is already around for many of us. Distinguished guests, members of the high table, the registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, represented by Alhaji Abdulhamid Hakeem, the University Orator and former Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Siwen Ikeubi, and all the members of staff seated in front here, especially the senior non-teaching staff here, not forgetting, please, before we leave, I want to use this opportunity to thank and appreciate the outgoing chairman of the Ceremonials Committee, Professor Adegoke Bakari. Professor Bakari will be bowing out after 2 years of service to this university as chairman, Ceremonials Committee. Thank you so very much, Prof. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And also to welcome the incoming chairperson, Professor Temitope Ajadi, the new chairperson of the Ceremonials Committee. Thank you very much. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, I will ask us to do something, even before I declare this matriculation ceremony closed. One man assumed duty in this university on January 28th, 1988, as our pioneer Vice Chancellor. He did everything possible to lay a solid foundation for us. And despite opposition, despite challenges, he moved us from the temporary site to this university, the permanent site. And last Wednesday, November 13th, that great man, Professor Nuruddin Oloronimbe Adedipe, the pioneer Vice Chancellor, passed on to the great beyond. At the ripe age of 84, he was 84. We thank God for his life, but we'll now stand up for a minute silence in his honor. Let's stand up for a minute silence for late Professor Nuruddin Oloronimbe Adedipe, pioneer Vice Chancellor of the University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, between 1988 and 1996. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much. He died on Wednesday. He was buried according to Islamic rite on Thursday. The 8th day Fidao will take place tomorrow, Thursday, at Ikorodu. For those who will be interested, we have made provisions for the university to be adequately represented at his burial. So please see them at the Public Relations Unit for the transportation arrangement that has been made to convey us to Ikorodu tomorrow, and we'll come back later in the day. Thank you very much. So, according to the powers vested in me by the Senate of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, I hereby declare this matriculation ceremony closed. Thank you very much.
Hello, please stay where you are. The procession is in reverse order. Please, the assembly, let's keep standing while the procession is done in reverse order. You are not permitted to move an inch, please.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, a very quick one announcement. There will be a special program for, you can all be seated, please. Please, thank you. A special announcement from the Student Union government. There will be a special program for all matriculated students at the car park. There are gifts and special packages for the newly matriculated students. Thank you. On this note, may I respectfully implore all us to stand and remain standing for the national anthem, for the FUNAAB anthem, followed by the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you. The national anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Thank you very much. Please, let's wait for the procession and the high table to file out. First of all, before all of us follow suit. Thank you. It is my honor to recognize the presence of the procession, the head of the Department of the Agricultural Extension and Rural Development, Professor Petra Abdisalam Sajil. Also the Director, Agricultural Media Resources and Extension Center, Professor Jacob Olawi. Also in a procession is the Director, Center of Excellence in Agricultural Development and Sustainable Environment, Professor Adeboye Fafiolu. Also the Director of Veterinary Teaching Hospital, Professor Oluwafemi Balogun, the Acting Director, Center for Community-Based Farming Scheme, Dr. Shakirat Ibrahim. Distinguished guest matriculants, greatest FUNAAB, and the greatest Nigerian students, greatest of the greatest FUNAAB. Thank you very much.